Hey there, Bible buddies. Got another Bible review for you today. I wanted to bring this one in front of the camera today because Lifeway is actually having a very large sale on some Bibles, particularly CSB Bibles. They have a whole bunch to choose from, and they're all incredible prices. The one that I'm showing you today here is $14, and it's $14 for a genuine leather Bible, and the construction is great. The print is great. Everything's excellent about it. So for a beginner's Bible or a Bible for a gift for somebody, it's an excellent choice. They've got black genuine leather, they have brown leathers, they've got some, fake leathers going on, but the biggest deals are really in the genuine leathers, and even some of their premium leathers, which are goatskin Bibles. All of them range from about $12, I've seen them as low as, to the premium ones go up to, I think, about $24, $26, so they're not very expensive, and they're much cheaper versus, kind of the standard options that you would see out there for goatskin Bibles. But we'll take a look here, we'll get started. So this is Holman CSB. Again, this one's in black genuine leather. Here's the front of the box. We'll take a look at the sides here so you guys can see any information. If you want to read something, just go ahead and pause it real quick. I don't know if the camera's going to be in focus, but here's the back panel. You see some information there in the bottom there with the UPC there. So this one's really nice. I love it. I actually got this one for a buddy of mine. He's not much of a Bible reader, but he agreed if I sent him a Bible, he'd take a look. So I wanted to send him something nice, and he's a little bit more of a how do you want to say this? Maybe like a cool guy. So I wanted to get him something that kind of matched his personality. He's certainly a fan of red and black and silver, so I think this will be right up his alley. So again, this is the black genuine leather. And it's very nice. I mean, it's if you're comparing it to like an Allen or something like that, it's not, you're gonna probably up your nose at it, but definitely in comparison to other Bibles in this price range, it's really a great deal. So you can see here it's just plain on the front. There's no marks or anything. On the side here on the spine, you have CSB, Holy Bible, Christian Standard Bible, and Holman, and then you have some hubs. Now all of these are actually like pressed into the leather, so you can feel them. But they're not. It's not like a super deep stamping, but it's stamped down enough, so they should, they'll hold up over time. On the back, you don't really have anything. Now the cool thing about this is, not that it's a paste down liner, but it's a paste down liner. Not that that's the cool part, but the cool part is the stitching here on the cover. I love it because on the one side it's black, and then on the reverse side here you can see that it's red. So it's kind of a nice accent that it gives it, even though it doesn't have like an interior gilt line or anything like that. I feel like this kind of helps this kind of helps to frame the pages a little bit. It's nice. Again, it's a paste down liner, synthetic black paste down liner. You can see here that it's got two ribbons. We have a red and a black, and they are they're double-sided satin, so they're actually very nice ribbons, albeit a little on the narrow side, but they're very nice ribbons. Then we have a nice silver page edge here. Now there's no art gilting on this edge, so there won't be any color when you open it up. But certainly, if you're feeling crafty and wanted to add it, this would not be a bad choice to do it to because it's so inexpensive. Now I will say on a side note, I've art gilted Holman Bibles before, and their gilt does not hold up so great to the actual process of it. You have to remember that applying art gilt is an abrasive process, because you rub it on. So I would definitely use, instead of like a rubbing method, use a dabbing method when you do it. And I've had some good luck in the past. Again, you want to be you want to reduce the amount of abrasion on it. So what I've done in the past is I fan the pages, I dab it on without any wiping, and then I leave the wiping till the very end. So I'll do the entire page edge, and then I go back and with like a smooth cloth or a terry cloth, whatever you have, really, any kind of junk cloth you have, even a paper towel. Then at the very end, I'll go through and I'll wipe it very slowly, and that kind of soaks into the cloth, and that'll retain the gilt a lot better than if you were wiping it constantly and then wiping the color off and then wiping the color on and then wiping the color off. That'll certainly get rid of the gilt real quick. So just a heads up with the Holman gilt. So we'll open her up. The first page here, you don't have any kind of blank pages at the beginning, just the fly leaf. Then you have a presented to page. You got your title page, Holy Bible. Then you have your copyright page. And you can see here all the options that they've done in this text. Now this is a large print personal size reference Bible, and I'll point all those features out to you here in a second. But this one's printed in China by R.R. Donnelly. And you see here the table of contents. And then there's an introduction to the Christian Standard Bible. I'm not sure if my buddy will read this, but certainly if you're new to the Christian Standard Bible translation, you'd want to read it. Some more introduction pages. And then we got, there we go. We have some commonly used abbreviations in CSB Bibles. So these abbreviations will be down in the footnotes. So if you see any of it, you can certainly reference it here and it'll tell you what it is. And go right into the Old Testament. You can see here that it's a double column text. We'll go a couple pages in. You do have some subheads here to kind of tell you what's going on. And then you have the footnotes at the bottom. And this is actually an end of verse. Well, I guess it'd be like an end of paragraph, it looks like. References. So it is a paragraph layout, you can see here, instead of a verse by verse. So it's set up a little bit more for reading. But you can see here at the end, there's the cross references there. So you do have some, but if you notice, like in this paragraph, there's no cross references or here. So I'm guessing they're putting them all at the end of the paragraph there. So I'll flip through some of it so you guys can see a little bit of the Bible here. And the ghosting isn't too bad. I mean, there is some ghosting, but it looks like it's line matched, so it's mitigated there a little bit. And again, for $14, I mean, what are you going to complain about, really? It's great, again, for a beginner's Bible. So I'll flip through a little bit quicker here. It does have, you can see here, you know, it has the quotes and everything kind of laid out nicely here, and letters and that sort of thing are all kind of indented, so it makes for a good reader. Again, let's get to some poetic. Yeah, so here's some Psalms. You can see it's laid out in poetic format. It looks very nice. A little bit more. All right, let's get to the New Testament right quick. And the New Testament is red letter. And Holman does a nice job with the red letter. It's not like very, very vibrant. It's kind of a subdued red. And I will say that, you know, looking on the camera, it looks a little bit different, but in person, it's kind of it's a little bit light. I wouldn't say it's like on the light side, but it's a little bit light of a red, not light in color, but like light in saturation. So there's, it just feels like they probably could have put a little bit more ink on the page, so to speak, for the red. But that's but not a bad red. It's certainly not going to give you a headache or anything like that. I mean, I guess if you weren't a fan of red letter, this might not be your first choice, but there you go. It's a pretty nice Bible. Again, for 14 bucks, this is a great deal. Certainly a great Bible for anybody who's new to the Word of God. It'd be a great choice to give them, and especially if, you know, you got some kind of like an angsty teenager or something like that that loves black, red, and silver, they'd probably love it. All right, so right at the end, we'll go to the end here. There is a very small topical concordance. There you go. Well, no, sorry, there's a where to turn section. Now, I love this. Holman does this. I love this in their Bibles. This is kind of a where to turn section. So this tells you, like, if you're feeling afraid, or if you're feeling lonely, or if you're tired, and then it gives you some verse references here that kind of apply to that situation. And then you have tables of weights and measures, kind of standard stuff. And then here you have your topical concordance. And this is good. I mean, there's not like a full-length concordance, and you can see here there's not very much left in the Bible, so it's pretty slim. And then lastly, you have your maps. Put this down. Got a few maps back here, nothing crazy. Thankfully, they are printed on kind of like a matte cardstock, so they're not glossy or anything like that. And if you wanted to take notes on them, you certainly could. It's going to be a lot easier and a lot less smudgy than glossy cardstock. And then at the end, you just have the flyleaf. There's no extra pages here, but I suppose you could take a few notes here. And that's it. Kind of a nice Bible. Again, for 14 bucks, not a bad deal. The Holman CSB large print personal reference Bible in black genuine leather. So check them out on lifeway.com. They have a lot of other choices too. This is just one particular model that I picked up that I thought my buddy would like. So thank you. Talk to you later, Bible buddies. Bye.